Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of the Bleeding Blue podcast. I am your host, Ryan, and then with me, as always, I got also fucking Ryan.
Yes, sir.
What's good, brother?
Not much yourself.
Not much at all. We are ready to talk some some hockey, some Leafs, and maybe a little bit of Blue Jays because there is nothing that fucking happened with the Leafs or the Jays this past week. Literally nothing. Not a single deal. Ross Atkins is asleep. I think he died is actually what happened. Like if he like I honestly think he might have gone into a car accident or something like that. Hopefully not. I don't want to start spreading rumors, but yeah, no, there's nothing that is going on in Jay's Nation, in Jay's Town. But yeah, no, it's been a good week. Getting ready for the holidays though.
Oh yeah. I've done all my Christmas shopping. We're
All the
starting to go
shopping.
around the house, decorate and everything.
Yeah,
Getting
I
ready for the parties.
you got a good Christmas present yesterday from your Buffalo Bills from Josh Allen and
We sure did.
and
We
your
sure
and
did.
your buddies. Yeah, no, it was
Yeah. It was a good Sunday. I put a couple prop bets up and I won those, so I'm up money right now in
yeah.
betting. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, the Bills, Josh Allen didn't have to do anything to win this game, which I was very happy about because usually when we're in these tough games with good teams like the Cowboys, we have to rely on Josh to, make the big play, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad James Cook, who's been solid this year,
Yeah.
decided to come out and just destroy the Cowboys defense, which is one of the best in the league. Comes out with over 200 yards, 200 yards, comes out with I think 170 rushing, about 40 passing yards, receiving yards, sorry. Yeah, he had an amazing game. The Cowboys couldn't stop him, man. He was electric.
What the fuck is going on with the Cowboys? I thought they were good. I thought they were wagon. Like I thought they were a good team.
They are a good team. They are. It's just like Buffalo in that weather too. Was pouring rain during
Yeah.
that game. It's tough to play in Orchard Park, man. It could be anyone coming to play there, man. It's a tough spot to play, and like it's just they couldn't get the offense going because the Bills defense with the injuries that they have, they just couldn't get anything going until the fourth quarter when we had our B team on. So
Fair enough. Yeah, no. It was definitely a good weekend for the Bills. It's also a good week for the Leafs in general. There's a couple OT
yeah,
losses that were tough, but I'm telling you right now, like what I think it was 23 goals in 4 games from the
yeah,
Leafs offense, which is fucking insane. Like I was just it was so much fun to watch because there's so much action. And when that's happening, this is the Leafs, this is the type of way this is the way I want to watch Leafs play is just
yeah,
offense first. Just fucking like if we go into the first game, like it was first game, it's kind of ass actually if you think about it. It was against the Islanders
yeah.
4-3 loss in OT, but Matthews with a goal in like less than or who was it? Was it Matthews or Tavares? Oh, Tavares got it. Tavares.
Tavares got the second one. He got the second one. Matthews got it on the power play, the first one, early in the first, I think,
Yeah.
to get things going. And then we kind of slowed down a bit. We let the Islanders get into it. And then third period, that's when we started to heat up a little bit. You got Tavares scoring against his former team, which was amazing. Those Islanders fans, we'll talk about the Islanders fans after, but it was good that Tavares scored against his former
I
team,
was
which was
gonna say we
nice.
could talk about them right now because they're a bunch of
Okay.
fucking shitheads, is what they
Oh,
are.
I hate them. I
Man,
hate them.
I mean, just grow the fuck up. Like, honestly, stop crying that he left you because your team fucking sucks and they were not going anywhere. I mean, he went to a team that actually cares about him and has fans going to their games too. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are the second best team in New York City. Like that's hilarious. You guys are not even like the team of your city. There is two teams and nobody even gives a fuck about you. The Islanders. You were good in the '80s, but you suck now. Like, grow the fuck
Yeah,
up.
Tavares major fucking franchise the last 15 years. All right, so pipe down. Anyways, the Islanders fans, they're fucking brutal, man. It's been 4 fucking years since you guys Tavares has left, and you're still fucking booing him. He didn't even touch the puck. As soon as he got on the ice, you guys started fucking booing him. Y'all need to fucking stop that. Anyways,
Any
we'll go back
Islander
to the
fans
game.
listening, yeah, just
Yeah,
stop
fuck
listening.
you.
We don't
Fuck
want
you.
you. We don't want you. We don't want your
Get
views.
the fuck off our podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's a Leafs podcast. What are you doing here?
yeah,
What are
fuck
you
out of here.
doing here? We barely have any fans to begin with. Get out of here. But if you are here, but yeah, no, they were yeah, no, I don't get it. Like you grow up, man. Like this happened to they were talking about it. This happened to um when who was it that left the Leafs? To like because the whole idea, the reason they get mad, right, is for like a dumb who gives a shit reason. It was because they told or he told them not to trade him. Like he didn't want to be traded during the season because their season was going down the hole. And
Yeah.
I don't even get why it matters. Like you would have gotten, yeah, I guess you would have gotten prospects in that trade, but like, who cares, man? Like
I
who
can't even
cares?
remember what the Islanders got for that. I think he was
It's probably
I
shit. It's probably
no,
nothing.
no, I don't think he even was a trade. I think he was a free agent.
No, he
And
wasn't. They wanted to trade him. They wanted to trade him in the off.
oh, okay.
That's why they like the Islanders fans are pissed because he said that he did not want to be traded. Like he was like, I don't want to be traded this season, something like that. There was some clause or something, but he had
Hmm.
requested no trade, and then in the offseason he signed with a different team. So that's what I think pissed them off is like he teased them. He gave them half a hand job is what he did.
Yeah.
He blue balled them. That's what he did, which is
Yeah.
funny as fuck, beat
Yeah.
blue podcast blue balling the New York Islanders. That's what it is. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Like, I don't care if they lost in overtime. I'm just glad Tavares, he also got his 1,000 point that
that was
game as
cool.
well,
Yeah.
which was really nice on the final goal to get it to overtime. It was like
Yeah.
there was what, like 5 seconds left or something in the game, and Riley scored that tying goal, which was nice. It was a good moment. They brought all the guys on the ice. They were still booing him. When he got the point, they were booing him while everyone was coming on the ice to celebrate. Like these fucking
I'm
guys, man.
if I'm telling you the truth, I'm starting to think that Marner's dad is also a Islanders fan as well. Do you see his
Why?
reaction? Like that was ridiculous. That was hilarious. Like I don't know how you have zero reaction to somebody scoring their 1,000 point. Like have some emotion. His dad, like that was like I was not getting emotional, but I was like, damn, that's got to be the coolest thing in the world. Seeing your son scores 1,000th point at his former at the former team he played for
Yeah.
would have been very cool. And then obviously Marner's dad for like the dad week or weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
Here at all. I was why do you think he made no reaction? Like honestly, that's like the
I
weirdest.
don't know. Maybe he didn't know what was happening. Maybe he
No,
was
he stood up.
confused.
He stood up and he saw, and he's right beside Tavares' dad. And like he must have known everybody else is celebrating around him. How the fuck would he not know?
I
Like
don't know.
wild, bro. I did not like that. That pissed me off. That's what that was like. I was like, the hell's
Yeah, but I don't care that we lost that game. I'm just happy Tavares, he had a couple points that
at the
game.
point, yeah. And
Performed well.
yeah.
Usually when the Leafs play the Islanders in New York, like usually they don't play very well
Hmm.
because of, Tavares, and like I feel like Tavares gets nervous, or like
No
it's
way.
kind of like
He did.
he's not nervous, but like there's like some, I guess there's probably some underlying like he's not like the most like he probably, I feel like he has like something lingering in his head about like the Islanders, and like
Oh,
whenever he plays there, he's kind of like I can't remember him like scoring or getting like he maybe got an assist or something. I can't remember him scoring against the Islanders away since he left. Like I can't remember.
well, what do you think about booing like a specific player? Like I think it's okay to boo
On Tavares, no.
a team. I think it's okay to boo. I don't specific players. It's like grow the fuck up.
It
Like
just it
these are
just
players
depends. It depends
because
on the situation that happened. It's
yeah.
not like it's not like Tavares said, "Fuck you, I'm leaving. I hate this franchise." That wasn't he didn't say that publicly.
Well, I think
And
of
it
like the St. Louis Blues. That was the most like trashy thing. Do you hear about? So I forget the player's name. He like they just signed him to a big contract. Like he's getting a ton of money. But they were booing him and he was crying like in the interview. You probably saw it on like Twitter or something. It was a
is
player
this
from
recent?
yeah, this was very
Oh
recent.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. And because the team was booing him because like the stadium was booing him because he's just been like not good lately. He's a good player.
Oh, yeah, Jordan Kyrou.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. I like Jordan Kyrou.
And he
He's a
has been
solid player.
gearing up because the team, like the stadium and the entire like arena was just booing him. His home team because he's been playing bad lately, which
Yeah,
I don't like. That's like how the hell are you gonna help him out by doing that?
it's like the Yankees, bro. If they had one fucking bad game, then they boo the whole franchise.
They booed Judge when he in the playoffs after his 62 game season because he was just not hitting. Like he was having trouble, like he's just struggling, like, but during the playoffs. And so they were like booing him the entire time. Like each at bat. This guy just hit 62 fucking home runs and you're gonna boo him. He loves the city. And then he's ended up signing like an 8-year contract. I was like, I don't know how you do that, bro. Like we're a team that boos
Yeah,
him.
I'm looking at Kyrie's stats right now. He had 37 goals last year, so he was a decent player.
He's great.
I remember him being solid.
He's good. Last few years, he's been good. And they
Yeah, and then he's got 6 goals and 15 assists. So I understand why, the
I
fans might
understand
not
why
be
they want.
happy, but like booing one of your premier players, like I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
not
if
going
it
to help
was
them. It's not going to
no,
motivate them. Okay, I
not
got
at
like
all.
at least I got my fans behind me. Nope, you don't. It's too bad. It's like I mean, yeah. Again, you're right though. It depends on the situation because you think of Altuve and with the Astros and like
Yeah,
whenever it goes to like L.
that is 100% deserved.
Yeah, I know you.
Fuck the Astros, honestly. Altuve and
I
Bregman
love the
can
Astros,
like,
bro. I don't even. That's like that's the thing. One thing I'm not even trying to fucking be controversial or well, it is controversial, but I'm not even trying to fucking piss you off. They're such a fun team to watch. Like they're so complete too. Like they're just like they're meant for the playoffs. Like they're meant for and that's just because like
all right.
yeah, I know you
All
don't
right. But you're right, but I just hate them. Like they're just cheating. It just adds another level. Like I wasn't like the biggest fan of Altuve or like the Astros. Like they were like, they're a solid team. Like I'm like, all right, whatever.
yeah
And then when that cheating thing happened, I'm like,
yeah they
dude,
came out
it just made it even worse for me.
yeah it is yeah but yeah, there's also evidence that we won't go into that it proves that like Altuve wasn't as big of a part of it or wasn't even really a part of it. It's more like players like Correa. Like Correa gets booed.
Yeah.
I don't get how he gets booed at like or like Altuve gets booed at like the J like I when I was working last year, they were booing him when he came to the Jays. Like, Jays, you haven't won a fucking playoff game in like we haven't won a playoff game in like 7 years or something like that.
Yeah.
We cannot be trying to
Yeah.
build Altuve, who's won two World Series in the last five. Like
Nah, one.
no,
One. Fuck that other one.
I mean they still haven't stripped it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he was fucking electric in that
No,
World.
he's good. He's a good player, man.
Not to like,
I'm not gonna take that away from him. He's a good fucking player.
yeah,
But
like
I
five
just
six.
I
Yeah,
just hate how they cheated, man.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, they cheated.
Next
Yeah,
game
yeah,
was
yeah.
great,
Let's go to the
bro.
next game.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say next game. I a great game. Lots of goals
Yep.
scoring
Amazing game.
from our Leafs against a good team too. Like
Yep.
Rangers are very good. Great defense. We're not fucking good in that game though. Let in 7 goals. Did they switch the goalie? I forget.
Um, I think so. I think Sturkin let in like 5 or 6, and then they brought in the other guy. I forgot who their backup is, but yeah, he let in another one.
Were you worried when they allowed like 3 goals in like 10 minutes or something?
No, not really. Like I knew like it was like what was it, 4-3 at the end of the
Yeah.
second? Like it was I thought I knew like, oh, here we go again with the OT, but like, I feel like when it comes to these big teams, I feel like the Leafs just I think they overpower them when it comes to playing good teams.
They are
I
good
feel
at
like that's
playing.
their thing the past couple years, like against shitty teams, like we'll talk about in the next game, that they overestimate them and they can't finish them off. But like when it comes to like the Rangers
Yeah,
or
they underestimated.
they're they when it comes to like the Rangers, then they come out and play. Like the big guys come out, like Matthews comes out with 2, McCabe with the statement hit on Lindgren, which was absolutely amazing. Uncle Jake coming to perform this week,
Yeah, no, Jake was.
which we'll talk about in a couple minutes for player of the week. But
Okay.
I
Oh,
think the Rangers game was probably the best game. I think it's better than I personally I think it's better than the Pittsburgh game because
really?
because I think
Pittsburgh. I mean, because Rangers are better than Pittsburgh, so it means something more.
yeah
Because the Rangers are a very good team, and we just dominated them like from the beginning of the game
yeah
to the end.
like
They
we let in those couple at the end of the second. We kind of slacked off a little bit, but like the
come
first
back in
and
the
third
third.
was completely dominated
Yeah,
by us.
yeah. No, it was a great game to watch. I was most entertained when watching that game. It was
Yeah,
did yeah, no, I was happy with that. I was very happy with that game for sure. As a Leafs fan,
no,
what can you be happy with? And then the next game was rough. It was
yes,
it was I mean, it's total Leafs fashion. It's what you expect though. For
yeah.
5-0, down 5-0, and then come back.
You know
Like,
what this game reminded me of? So I was actually out that night. I was doing like this in our town. They have this trivia thing. Me and my dad go all the time, and we were watching the game, and I'm like, it was like it was like, was this the end of the second was 5-0, and I'm
yeah.
just like, okay, I probably won't watch the end of this third, but I turned it back on, and it was like 5-1. I'm like, all right, I'll stay, maybe see what happens, and then of course they just come back. It kind of reminded me of I don't know if you remember, but like when the Leafs were playing the Blue Jackets in the COVID playoffs in
Oh
2020,
no,
they
no.
had those qualifiers.
Mhm.
It was best of five, and it was game four. The Leafs were out. The Leafs were down 2-1 in the series, and I'm pretty sure Columbus was up 3-0. 3-0 with like 5 minutes left to play in the third, and the Leafs came back and tied at 3-3 and won in overtime. So it kind of reminded me of that game,
That we didn't win.
seeing as they play. Yeah, but we didn't win obviously in overtime like the playoff game, but it kind of reminded me of that, and especially Matthews because Matthews won the OT winner in that playoff game,
Yeah.
and Matthews shining at the end with the 2 goals in a minute and a half, I think it was. He was playing that like ending was electric. Like I was on my feet the whole time. I wasn't even sitting down for those
I
last
know.
three
I was
minutes.
I was I was standing up. I screamed like I screamed. I like made a noise that is should never be heard again. But in front of my family too. They all laughed at me. They looked at me and they laughed at me because I was like, I was. It was like they just had a shot on net, and it was like it sounded like a little girl. Like it just sounded like a little like she fell off her bike or something like that and scraped her knee. And
Oh my
like
God.
that's what it sounded like. It was so ugly. But yeah, no, I was on the edge of my seat for that game. It was entertaining as shit, but terrible ending. I will take these points though. I will take the
Yep.
point. Like that those work for me. You
Yeah,
know,
the Islanders game, the Blue Jackets game, we were coming from behind. We get the extra point, which is it's like we won three and lost one.
we should be winning them. Like it's too bad that
Yeah,
you go, oh well. Oh, we got the point. You take the point.
especially on that game too, especially when we're down 5-0 and there's
And I think
20 score five in 20 minutes.
I think we can. I think like this next week is super important. I think we can take the lead in front of Boston. I
Oh,
honestly,
100% we can do
I
that.
think
Boston's kind of slacking a bit since their really good start.
they've been losing a bunch of leads. Yeah.
We can definitely be first in the division.
They're 19-5 right now, and then the Leafs are
They're 16, I think they're 16, 6 and 6.
16-6 and then Bruins are 19-5. It's crazy how we've I feel like only like because we lose so many OTs. That's what it seems like. And then we also
Yeah.
haven't played as many games as other teams, but
Yeah.
we played 28 and but like 16-6 is a very good record if you're not counting your OT losses and looking at that. Like it's a 43 points for the Bruins and then 38 for
Yeah.
the Leafs right now. So I think 100% we can definitely
It's
come
just
back.
the fact that the two games we played Boston this year, we've lost in OT to both of them. We've lost in OT to them, which is
Yeah.
heartbreaking, right? Especially for later on in the season, the tiebreaker. I don't know if we play Boston, we probably play them again sometime later on in the season, but
Yep.
when it comes to like tiebreakers and stuff for the end, if we do, we are up there with them. It could be costly when it comes to
We play them March
playoff.
March 4th and March 7th.
Oh shit! So we have two more games. All right, so then we can come back. We can win those two games, and even up the series this year with them, which would be clutch, especially in March. That's a big time for winning games.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So we need those two.
That'll be those will be entertaining games for sure. That'll definitely be important for sure. But yeah, no, the Leafs they've been good, man. They've been really good lately, and especially was it 2 days ago or a day? Not yesterday, but the day before, against Pittsburgh was on Saturday was fucking incredible. I was loving that game, man. I was hanging out with my buddies watching that game and then watched the Patty the Batty fight after the UFC fight. He was
Oh, you watched UFC? I didn't watch that. To be honest, I'm not a big UFC guy.
neither am I.
Thing is, this thing is though, I don't pay for the pay-per-views. Like I don't do that. Like if I did, I'd go on like an illegal stream or something and just pull it up. But like I'm not that big of a UFC guy. I see why people like it though. Like
it's
it
cool.
is it
It's
is really
the
really
big
interesting.
event, It's like
Yeah.
one of those like especially like you see people going, it's a ton of celebrities. Trump was there, like watching
Yeah.
it, like right in the front row.
Yeah,
Like
Trump and Dana White are big buddies, so he's always
yeah,
there at the UFC shit.
yeah, yeah. And no, there's other celebrities going that all go to, like it's a big deal. And like Jack Black was there, like to for Wonder
I
Boy.
saw that. That one's funny as fuck. That
Tenacious
was
D,
funny.
actually, yeah, the
I
band.
love Jack Black.
And so yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely like an interesting, but like again, I didn't realize like nothing happens in the first round. Like it's all just like they're just grinding on each other, like basically for the first round, and like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
out. And then like at the end, they kind of like a lot of the fights don't end in like a knockout.
No, no. It's
Right.
they take their time because they want to figure out what each fighter's doing, right?
Exactly. No,
They're feeling each other out. Like they want to like make sure they know what their play
literally,
style is in the first
and
round, right?
metaphorically want to try and feel each other out. They're also feeling them up. Like there are some angles that are do not look pretty, like for sure. And hands on certain parts of the body where it's like, damn, bro, that's intense. I don't know if I could do what you do, but it looks like you guys are having a good time. But yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting sport. Not used to that, but I guess in hockey there's plenty of fighting. Not like that though. Not
No,
like it is in the
no.
UFC.
There's no submissions
Yeah.
in hockey after a fight.
What, bro? Do the Pens ever suck though? Like that
No,
was
that's a rarity for them, especially when Crosby's in the lineup. I feel like when Crosby and Malkin and
oh, they
Letang,
did
like the
not
main guys.
obviously they did nothing. They did jack shit. They didn't score
Yeah,
fucking
I know,
goals.
but usually when they're in the lineup, I feel like they're always like a factor in the game.
The
But clearly
last
they
the
weren't.
last two games we faced them Pittsburgh twice already, right? I feel like
Yeah.
yeah,
We
both
lost that. We lost them the first
both of
game.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
And like and Pitts and Malkin and Crosby were like vital parts of that. Obviously, they will always be vital parts of the team in the lineup
Yeah.
because they're incredible. And Crosby's having a
Yeah.
really good year, solid year. So is Malkin, like solid. And but yeah, no, God, they were terrible. The coach's post game interview for Pittsburgh, he looked fucking like he's like I'm gonna be fired like tomorrow. That's what all the comments say of Pens fans.
Yeah.
I'm
Mike Sullivan. Yeah, they're not having a good year this year. They're even. They're 13-13-3. But their division is really hard. So it makes sense that they're getting older. Like they just got Carlson, who's like getting up in age, and same
they
with
do have a
Malkin's showing
rotation.
his age now. Like
And
he's
Tang's
leaning. I
older
feel like he's leaning towards going to the KHL and
too.
in Russia. Malkin.
Oh,
I
really?
feel yeah. Well, I don't think like I feel like he's gonna lean towards that. Because I usually with all the older Russian guys, right? They usually go to the KHL after they've retired from the NHL because it's still professional hockey, but it's not the same level as
No,
playing over
the
here.
best of the
So
best in the NHL. Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, I feel like the Penguins are just starting to slow down a little bit when it comes to playing like the younger teams. And especially like I said, the division is really hard. They're playing against the Devils, who they're not
Yeah.
like the Devils are kind of like struggling a little bit this year because they've had injuries, right? But
Yeah, no, they had a
their
fucking
goalie's out now. I have him on fantasy. Vanacek, he's out. Um, like the Hurricanes, Capitals are still in the mix, even though with Ovechkin and their team. Islanders, Flyers. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know the Flyers were second in the division. They're pretty decent this year. They're 17-10-3, which I did not even know.
yeah, no, they
I didn't
just
know the Flyers would have been solid this year.
last year they fucking sucked. Now it would be boy, is it good to be if like a living in Philly though? If like being
Oh yeah.
Phillies, you got like Bryce Harper, who is literally diehard like Philadelphia fan.
Yeah.
Not a he's yeah, they're fans of him. He's fans of Philadelphia. Like he loves
Hmm.
everything about that city. And then Eagles are always good. And then the
Yep.
Flyers doing well now too. That city's like such a
76ers, they got Embiid and
oh
Tyrese
76 was
Maxey.
fucking great too.
They're
Yeah.
they're good too, but they just can't. I feel like the problem with the Philadelphia teams is they just can't win championships. They can't
They get
capitalize.
there though. They get to the play. They
They
make
get there. They always get there,
runs.
but they
They
just
make deep
can't. They
runs.
can't
Yeah.
finish it.
Which I would still be happy to go through because like winning, like even just like semifinals is something I want as a fan of the Leafs. Like if the Leafs made it to the third round, that would be like them last year, them winning the first round was like winning the Stanley Cup, like for Leafs
Yeah.
fans. People on the streets like going bananas. Like if
Yeah.
that was like that, like for Toronto, like it is in like Philadelphia, where even if they're not always like winning championships, I'll take it. I would take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Going to the World Series would be one of the coolest things as a Jays fan.
Yeah.
I've only seen ALDS and then lose in the ALCS.
Yeah.
With the Leafs, I've seen one first round win. You know,
Yeah, like that was the first time I've seen them move on.
yeah. I
Me
mean,
me
still,
and you,
it was
right?
awesome though. How great
It
was it?
was.
It
I
felt
was at I was in my
feels
buddy's
incredible.
garage watching the game. The couple of the guys who were in there, they didn't even know what was really going on because they're not big hockey fans. But it
Yeah.
was just funny, like, because like all of us were hyped, man. Like all of us were hyped when Tavares scored that. It was
Take me
crazy.
through that, bro. Like how were you?
I didn't even record anything that night. Like I was just like I didn't record anything in the moment. Like I didn't keep anything on my camera.
What do
It
you
was
remember?
just
Like you, like
I
how,
remember vividly.
like what you like jumping up? Like was it
Yeah,
like
everyone was like in a huddle, like we were all jumping together. It was so lit. It was
yeah?
so fun. Like there was like I think it was like five or six of us in the garage. It was sick.
Well, I know like I get like the sweats when I'm like nervous like that, or like I'll start almost like throwing up. Like I could like I've heard like some people like my buddy was telling me like he had to cover his eyes, like he was so nervous. And
Really.
thank God it didn't end in heartbreak, bro. Like it very well could have OT'd.
Yeah, because I'm just glad that they won in six.
Hmm.
Because if we had to watch another game, I would I like I if we lost that game, we would have been done.
Yeah.
I knew we'd lose in game
Yeah.
seven. It had to be that game. Had to be
For sure. No, it
100%.
was a good one. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a good game, good week overall for these Leafs, man.
Yeah.
I was very happy with the way they played. Who was your player of the week though?
I got two.
Okay.
I texted you this after the Thursday game. I said Matthews, because he was just been lights out when needed, because I feel like a lot of chances were created on offense this week, obviously with the 23 goals in 4 games.
Yeah.
But I feel like Matthews was the one that kind of capitalized with five of them. He tallied 5 goals in 3 games, despite missing Saturday with an illness. I felt like he just I felt like he would have had a couple more if he was in that game against Pittsburgh
You get
because
to 7-0.
their defense was horrible. I think he would have bagged a hat trick, I think, just the way his pace is going.
What is like the highest scoring like game
He a high scoring game.
like in NHL like ever? Do you know?
Oh, I remember I do know that like I think the Leafs won. I have a stick like this like old like one of my I can't remember who gave it to me. but it's like this mini wood stick, and like it has like a stat on it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was 1957, March 16th. 14 goals the Leafs scored in one game.
Damn.
Yeah, so
They
add
should
another
double that.
seven to that. Add another seven to that
Well, if Matthews made,
Penguins score line.
yeah, no, who knows? If Matthew, 100% he would have scored. I feel. He,
Oh yeah, he would have scored. I think he would have scored at least two that game. And one, I think another one I'd give to is McCabe
okay. Yeah.
because he Uncle Jake, he's kind of come out of the spotlight. He's been in the spotlight, I felt, these last four games. A little stat here that I found listening when I was listening to Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph on the radio on Saturday when I was listening to the third period. Apparently, McCabe is on a 4 game point streak, which I did not know.
No way.
So last 4 games, he's had a point in him. So that's why I kind of gave that kind of notable, kept in my head for the podcast. Same with Connor Timmins as well. He's been on a 5 game point streak.
Yeah.
Connor Timmins, who is really under the radar, he's been solid, kind of like Lajoie like I said last week for Player of the Week. He's kind of been under the radar when it comes to solid defensively and making plays in the ozone.
Yep.
And also McCabe, I feel like he brings that physical uh aspect to the Leafs, which rarely is shown in games the past
Oh yeah.
years. So I
Absolutely.
feel like McCabe, bringing that physical feature is good for the team, and that's why I give him Player of the Week.
For sure. No. Yeah. For mine's gonna go to a little guy who's been having some struggles lately, but Max Domi this week. But
Nice.
he had a good game yesterday or on Saturday, sorry. Had a goal, had like 3 assists or something like that. I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
that up actually. But yeah, no, and then on when against the Penguins had a couple assists too. Or against the Rangers had a couple of assists, and then against Pittsburgh he had yeah 3 points.
Yeah,
So
Domi was really good this week. I felt
yeah,
like that Pittsburgh game with him and Marner and was it Robertson?
yeah.
I think was on that line.
Robertson
No.
had a point too, got a point too. Yeah,
Yeah, Robertson, Domi, and Marner, that line was incredible
and Nyes had
on
a good
Saturday.
game. Yeah, that's what I was saying to my dad. It was like this is a good game for like the not the big stars. Like it was like really good.
Everyone was getting involved.
Everybody was getting points. Everyone was like playing all around. There was only a few players that like didn't get points. It was more like Bertuzzi got 3 assists against the Pens.
Yeah, which is good. We need
Noah
him to
Gregor got a
perform.
goal. Bobby McMahon got a goal.
Yeah, his first NHL goal, first career
Mhm.
NHL goal for Bobby McMahon. Yeah.
David Kemp and Cal Yarncroke and John and no, that's about it pretty much that didn't get a point. Like everybody else pretty much got a point, that was on a forward player. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome, man. You can't like but Max Domi, I was happy for him too. Like it's good to see him like, starting to come out of his shell, it seems like.
hmm
It was
And also, like people might not know that Marner and Domi used to play on the same OHL team. They used to play for the London Knights back when they were in the CHL. So
they on the
I
same
think
line.
I think that was kind of a reason why they brought Domi in because Marner and Domi used to be the 1-2 punch of the
And
Knights back in the day.
Domi's not a terrible player, man, too.
No, not at all. He's definitely better than his dad. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
Um,
his dad's the most overrated player in the NHL. Like he can fight, but he's like, what is he
dude,
like?
I
Four foot
swear I
11? Like
see Ty. I swear I see Ty Domi everywhere now. Now that Max plays for the Leafs, man, I see him everywhere. Like I was at the Drake concert a couple months ago. This guy was walking out with Drake out on the stage. I'm like, why is Ty Domi here?
I
Guys like everywhere, man. Like everywhere. Like I
yeah,
seen like
like to watch.
Mark Wahlberg was like promoting his tequila or something at an LCBO, and like he was there with Max. I'm like, dude, like this guy Ty Domi has like the links. Like
Like he
he's
did a
got some
commercial.
connections.
When he did a commercial for some, I forget what it was. I don't know if it was insurance or back pain or whatever the fuck it was. It was something. I just remember seeing him all the time. I was like,
Ty Domi's everywhere. But yeah, like I was saying, like Max and Marner, Max Domi, they've been they've been teammates for like since the OHL, right? So I felt like that's kind of a reason why Treveling brought him in so that
Yeah.
they could be together. And they haven't played since, Saturday. And Saturday, obviously, that chemistry is coming alive, which I think they should be together on a line.
Yeah.
And should say, seeing as that performance was incredible on Saturday.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, no. And too bad Reeves is out, actually. You
Yeah,
should.
because he was kind of doing all right. That
Yeah.
was kind of that was a weird hit on Thursday too. Like that the way he got injured was kind of weird. Like I was like he hit against the boards and then he just I don't know. It's kind of weird in my opinion. Like I think he got pushed in and then just like hit his head on the wall or something.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And
hopefully he comes back soon.
yeah, no, I hope he comes back soon. He's also somebody that was like starting to come out of the shell, being that like he's being the enforcer, but like still like he wasn't like I feel like McCabe maybe just because he's a better and more necessary player than Reeves is because he's a forward
Hmm.
is like being more of an enforcer, being more of that guy that like you want on your team to be like super defensive first. Like he is a very defensive first player, McCabe,
Yes.
obviously, and he's a lot of fun to watch too. Like especially getting those big hits. He can hit a motherfucker. He can hit somebody. Like
Yeah.
he's good. But yeah. All right. Well, I do have a little bit of J stuff to talk about
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
before we go. And then there's also I have a couple other questions though. I so before we start with the J stuff, so we were talking early about these Gate 14 guys. These guys paved the way for us, I would say. Paved the
Hmm.
way, like, definitely go check them out for sure. No free ads as they say, but go check them out. But yeah. They one of the guys posted today like a controversial take that I thought was pretty funny and like people were like flaming the shit out of him and I'm curious to know. He said that the Tragically Hip are not actually a good band and uh people should stop saying that thinking that they are a good band because they're not. What do you think of that? That was they were he was getting
Johnny said this.
Johnny said that on Twitter. Yeah. And because I'm telling you, I'm gonna say this for me. I absolutely love the Tragically Hip. They're like one of my favorite bands, and it's not because yes, it is because they are Canadian, but that's what makes them so awesome and so special is because they're Canadian and special. They're special to us Canadians. We have that thing that not Americans don't have. We have the Tragically Hip. And that's what makes me love them. So and their music too is like embraces Canada. So I'm curious to know for you, are you a fan?
100%.
Yeah.
They are, if I'd say they're right there with Rush as the best Canadian band of all time.
That's another reason. Like I love Rush even more, and I don't think that's an issue to love Rush even more because they're Canadian. I'm proud to be a Canadian and proud to have Tragically Hip and Rush
Yep.
as part of my culture and part of like the Canadian culture. I think, and that's like, and their music too is also embraces like Canada itself. Like you can in their music, in their lyrics, you can tell they're proud to be Canadian. So that's what I love about it. And so I was like, I can't believe like that was a risk saying
Brutal.
that was so funny.
Brutal. Yeah,
The
I'm just looking at his feed right now.
oh,
Everyone's just
it is
roasting his
yeah, I
shit.
know. Like I was like, damn, that is a take and a half right there. That
Yeah,
is
that's kind of questionable in my
yeah.
opinion. That's like I feel like I haven't met one person who doesn't like
Oh, I've met people
Tragically
that
Hip.
don't like them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I used to not like them. I used to not like them because I like when I was younger, and then I was like I started listening to them and like more like and actually listening to them. Like I
Mhm.
was just probably saying it just to be again like controversial. So, but I'm sure he's listened.
Yeah.
The Gate 14, yeah, Johnny's listened to them. But yeah, no, that's what I was curious to know. Like, you're a fan,
Huge.
obviously. Yeah.
Huge. Huge. I got vinyls. I got everything.
Nice. Yeah. No.
I'm a big Hip fan.
Yeah,
So
for sure. For sure. All right. And then but yeah, that was something I wanted to bring
yeah,
up. But
it
the
should be brought up.
Yeah,
That's a
I know.
shame.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. No, but I was gonna say the Jays though right now are looking apparently there's like trade news that Jonathan India. Do you know
I saw
him?
that. I
No,
saw that. Yeah.
I do not want him. I that is the last person. He's terrible, horrible defensively. Uh
Okay.
horrible, like horrible second baseman. One of the worst second basemen in all like defensive second baseman in all of baseball.
Right.
Probably the worst. Uh
Yeah.
and offensively, he's okay. Like
Yeah.
he's got I have his numbers right here. He had a seven. He had a 750 OPS, 746 OPS, which is not good.
Okay.
244 batting average. Yeah,
The only thing I remember him being is rookie of the year.
yeah, he was
That's the only thing I remember him
good.
because that's when I kind of started actually paying attention to the MLB, like not just watching the Jays, but I was actually like, kind of
Yeah,
involved with everything. And like I knew about him and he's kind of, yeah, looking at his stats, he's kind of like
in 2021 he
stayed.
wasn't terrible. He deserves a rookie of the year, but other
Yeah.
than that, man, like he was not good. He's
Yeah.
not.
Shocking.
Yeah,
Shocking.
and hopefully, but the other one that I do like is the trades with or there's a trade possibility with Max Kepler or Jorge Polanco, and those guys play.
Polanco, I like.
Yeah, I like Polanco too.
I like him.
That was what I was gonna say.
I
And
do
Max
like him.
Kepler's had some really good seasons. Like he hit 36 home runs in like I think 2019 it was. And
Mhm.
yeah, like I would be down for either of those because they're on 1 year deals too. They're in trade deals. So you could probably do nothing crazy because they're not like players that are like Dalton Varsho where you're giving up because he has 4 years. Varsho has 4 years of control, giving up Moreno and Lourdes. You'd be giving up
Mhm.
nothing too crazy, I don't think.
Well, Lourdes is gone now. He's fully he signed this week
He'll
with
sign
the
up for a 3 year deal.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah, good for him though. Good for him, man.
Yeah, he got the bag.
He got the
Yeah.
bag. He's with a
Yeah.
team that I think
He's
they
a
like.
great future.
Yeah, he
Great
has a
future
good
too.
future. So good for him, man.
Yeah.
It's good to but yeah, I think I'd make a bet with you that the Jays sign either or trade for either Max Kepler or Jorge Polanco.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'd probably roll with that bet
yeah,
too. I like
I
I
think
like both them. I like Polanco a lot because I think does
he's
Polanco play
versatile.
different positions, right?
Yeah, he
Or is
plays
he
like
just a shortstop?
no,
Or no, he's a second baseman, right?
and
Yeah.
third. He's not the greatest third baseman, but he
Okay.
can play. He can play those positions. He's not like
Yeah, but if we do sign Chapman, I think Polanco would be a good
they'll put Polanco.
put him at second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I have no
Yeah, I
problem.
like Polanco a lot.
Yeah, I think that would be a good signing too.
Hmm.
And but yeah, no, for sure. And for our last thing of the day, we wanted to include this because you know what, we're both film majors or tech,
Yep.
film and media, whatever you want to call it, majors. Both love movies and love to talk more about movies too.
Yep.
Turn this into a sports and movies podcast or something like that.
Yep.
But we wanted to eat. We're gonna leave you guys with our film knowledge and give a recommendation of a movie that you guys should watch. And they're not gonna always be. They're not gonna be this. Not gonna be no Star Wars cookie cutter,
No.
Marvel MCU recommendations. We're
Yeah.
not recommending Avengers Endgame to you guys.
Not happening. This
We're
is going to
not
be good shit. This is good movies.
good
I mean,
movie.
Star Wars is good, but like
Yeah, no, Star Wars is gas. I'm not.
we're trying to do not outside of the box, like crazy, like weird, like
Movie.
foreign shit. We're trying to do like, like movies that are out there, but like maybe you've not seen it. We're trying
Movies
to, promote some stuff,
movies that
widen
your
your
dad
movie
tells you
knowledge.
about the movies that your dad tells you about that were fucking great when they saw them when they were young
Exactly.
and you guys need to watch them and you're like okay I'll check it out and your dad
Exactly.
and then you watch them and you're like holy shit this is my new favorite movie. That's how it usually goes. You're like right.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's dad recommends a movie and you're like okay I'll check it out, we'll see dad. And then
Yeah.
like okay what's this, okay this they're starting off they're driving in a car on their way to drop off a body. Okay, this is interesting. As far back as I could remember they wanted to be a gangster. Oh shit, this is a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
It's Goodfellas, you know.
Yep.
But
The greatest movie of all time, but we won't get into
yeah,
that discussion.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, so for this, yeah, no, I'm not recommending any Marvel movies. Maybe one because some of them are good, but yeah. But anyway, you go first. Let's hear it.
I'll go first. Okay. So since it's Christmas time, I kind of
Oh,
wanted to stick with that theme.
I-
What?
we have the same movie. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Okay. Okay, go.
All right. So since it's Christmas time, I kind of wanted to stick with that theme. But Christmas movies is like a very, specific niche, and I feel like a lot of people have seen a lot of Christmas movies. But I kind of wanted to like go with an older one. I hope you don't have it.
Okay.
It's a bit of an older one, but it's kind of Christmas related, but not really. But it is set around Christmas time.
Okay.
Stars James Stewart. It is
Ah,
called It's a Wonderful Life. Fuck.
I chose the exact same one. I chose the exact same one. No way. Oh my god.
Okay. All right. Well,
That's
okay, since you have
you
okay,
go. You go. You go.
you want me
I'll
to
think of
go?
one. I'll think of
Okay.
one while you're.
Okay. All right. All right. So starts James Stewart, Frank Capra directing. We actually watched this in film art class last year. First time I ever watched it last year. It is I'm telling you, one of the greatest endings to a film ever, in my opinion. Like
It
it's
might
just
be.
it's so like I felt it's not it's like I don't know, it's just so like relieving and like kind of like solves all the problems in the film at the end that just makes it so like not relaxing, but like kind of the I don't worth the time that it's on the screen. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you should if I feel like most people have seen this, but like it's kind of like an outside of the box Christmas movie. It's not like Home Alone.
I feel like
It's
the audience that
like
we have probably like if I'm telling you like I mean I don't know. I would think like if the audience that we have has not seen It's a Wonderful Life. It's
yeah, it's
not a
it's
movie
not
that
like it's not Elf. It's not like a movie that everyone has seen. It's something outside of the box. Everyone can watch it. Like it's not like 14 plus. Like it's not like some like your like little kids can't watch. Like everyone can watch this
it's
movie.
also easy to watch too. A lot of people think
Yes,
that like
yes,
black
yes.
and white films are so like they're old and like it's hard to understand and stuff like and they'll be boring or something. Like people just have like prejudice against like old black and white films. It's very easy to understand and it's one of the most like it's like a life-changing film, I think, because people
Yes.
the message in the film is like just something that people go through every day, and I think that's why people love about it so much is that like anybody can relate to the whole message of I don't want to reveal it because it's so good, but
Yeah.
when you see it, you'll love it for sure because it's
Yeah, you literally took the words out of my mouth, man. Like I literally said, like it's an older film, like it's made in 1946. Like this is like, this is just after the World War II ended.
yeah.
So I feel like people like needed some joy. Like they still had that joy from the war ending, but like I
Yeah,
feel like that like the actual message it presents
it's
is still
universal.
universal, is still relevant today, I feel, and everyone can enjoy it. Like it's forever the whole family. Like you can watch it with you know, the whole family in your house. Like
Hmm.
it's an amazing film. Like
It's
I feel like
a good
everyone,
experience. Yeah,
if you haven't seen it, you got to go watch it.
yeah. No, for sure. Okay, well, I'm gonna steer away from not a Christmas movie. I was thinking
Okay.
about doing a Christmas movie. I couldn't think of a one that was because everyone's seen Elf.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen National Lampoon's Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation. So I'm not going to do a Christmas movie. I'm going to do a black and white movie that you were as kind of keeping in line, I guess, of but not as old though. So this is probably one of my favorite films of all time, and this is one of the films I recommend to like everybody who like and whenever somebody asks me like what's your favorite like underrated film, I'll say The Elephant Man. One of my favorite movies. I don't even think you've seen it. Have you?
I have not seen
You've
that.
not seen it. I've definitely recommended it to you. So I
Yes.
absolutely love this film. This is David Lynch, incredible director, very, very odd films that he makes. Eraserhead, Blue Velvet, very, very weird. But this film is like It's a very beautiful and sad story about the Elephant Man. It's historical. Got John Hurt, Anthony Hopkins in it. I absolutely love it. It's everything that's like that that David Lynch presents as a director is bottled up into this movie. The style, the elements, the music, and the acting performances are just incredible. And it's produced by Mel Brooks, so it has that kind of aesthetic that like Mel Brooks had when he was in the early '70s, like the art direction. And
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's one of my favorite films, and it's hard to watch for sure because it's very like it kind of disturbing subject matter when you think about it, and it's based off a true story and based off a play. And I definitely recommend that to anybody who wants to watch again like a film that almost presents a similar theme of like, no matter who you are, you are loved by people even though you might not think you are. So,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's a great message, great story. That would be my recommendation. We'll have a new one. Hopefully, we don't have the same one. If it's the same one next week, that'd be hilarious. But
Yeah.
yeah, that
No, I don't think we'll have the same one again because I feel like
no, because
Christmas
first thing that
Christmas.
came to my mind is let's do a Christmas
Yeah,
theme. Yeah, yeah, holiday theme. Yeah, but of course, yeah, I was gonna do It's a Wonderful Life. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
in the comments in the YouTube, drop a comment letting us know what you thought about the movies. Rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Get right about what you think was the best part or best scene, what you like about the characters. Let us know what you thought about the movies. Either one doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Um, but I feel like those are two great recommendations. I still gotta watch Elephant Man,
You
but
got it.
I've heard only good things.
Mhm.
So that'll definitely be my watch this week. If I can find it on any streaming site, but I'll probably find it somewhere.
Yeah,
It's got to be on something. So, but yeah, two great movies. I'm excited.
yeah.
Excited to watch Alpha Man.
For sure. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I think that sums it up for this week. Had a good conversation, had a good discussion with the Leafs. Lots of good things coming up. They're playing a lot every other day for the next little bit.
Hmm.
Right now, if next they've got
You got the Rangers again tomorrow.
Rangers again, and then I know they play Columbus, and uh then they play who else is it after that? Columbus
They got the
and
Rangers,
uh
Columbus,
Senators.
the
No, Buffalo.
Senators. Oh, Buffalo. Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. Yeah, they got Rangers tomorrow on Tuesday. They got Buffalo on Thursday, and then they got the Blue Jackets just before Christmas on the 23rd. So
perfect.
three. We know how the Rangers are. They're a competitive team, so that should be a good game. But I feel like we can win all three of those
I
games.
feel like yeah, I feel like what's your
Columbus is going to be a revenge game. I
yeah.
feel we'll come
We
out
will we will
blazing.
we will lead. Yeah, no, we you know what'll happen is we'll be leading the game in the third period 5-0, and then they'll come back and then we'll win in overtime.
That's your prediction.
That's my
So
prediction.
just the opposite of what
The
happened.
opposite, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in the outcome we win, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Come back next week's pod and we'll
We'll discuss. But
yeah,
yeah, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Also, the podcast is now on Spotify, so go check that out there. And we
amazing.
will see you soon. Hope you guys enjoy and easy. Happy holidays.